I wonder if you know your body's like a bomb, taking all the love, can't turn back time. If I could turn the glass, it's sitting back your hands, wind it up, 'cause love can't turn back time. I wonder if you know your body's like a bomb, taking all the love, can't turn back time. If I could turn the glass, it's sitting back your hands, wind it up, 'cause love can't turn back time, can't turn back time.
Heidi hi campers, good morning. Just figuring out what I was going to say there. Good morning my lovies, welcome to the Tarot Camp with me, Govinda Dean. Lovely to see you today. It's a beautiful Sunday. Well, it's trying to be here at the Tarot Camp. We have sunshine, a bit of cloud coming in, a bit of sunshine. Doesn't know quite sure what to do today. I suppose it is the energy of the the energy of the day with the planets the way that they're going. And so welcome everyone to our Venus retrograde readings. Today I will briefly explain a bit about Venus in retrograde and what that means for us, because a lot of people talk about the Mercury retrograde because that's the biggest thing that affects everyone, and also it's the one that happens most frequently. But all planets have a moment of retrograde. All planets have a moment, and retrograde astrologically, looking at it physically, actually, you know, the way the planet movements are. It's not the fact that the planet is moving backwards. It's not like suddenly the planet has gone into reverse. Nothing like that. What it is our perception from this planet, from Earth. When we look at certain planets at certain times, so Venus at the moment looks like it is stopped. But it isn't. You know, planets don't stop or put the brakes on or go into reverse. They continue. But our the place that it's in the universe and in the sky, from perception here on Earth, it looks like it has stopped. So we call it a retrograde. Okay, so what that means, it just means it throws up a bit of complications. Usually a retrograde means that rather than things going well for that planetary element and energy, things tend to kind of go a bit kind of the opposite. So if you like to think of the reversed card energy for any of the tarot associations with the planet, so the reversed Empress will be giving us a good idea as to what we need to focus on, and I will talk about that in just a moment, about Venus in retrograde. Let's see who is in the camp today. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. So we have Amber in the camp this morning. Heidi, hi, my love. Lovely to see you. Welcome. How's everyone doing? Wendy, good morning, my love. Watching whilst making breakfast. Ooh, having a late breakfast. Love it, love it. What are you having for breakfast, Wendy, today? Is it a Sunday special? I had, excuse me, I'm coughing a bit, and as usual I don't have my drink here, so we will make do with this, I hope. I'm just cleansing my hands while we talk. So what are you having for breakfast? So today I had what did I have? I had a cinnamon swirl, and I had a maple pecan lattice. Yeah, we buy frozen pastries and then we bung them in the oven so they're nice and fresh on a Sunday. So on a Saturday or Sunday we have pastries. So yay, that was, and a nice cup of tea. So that was yummy. And that was hours ago, so I'm now nearly ready for lunch. So, hello, Taxine. How are you doing, my love? Welcome. How's things going for you, Wendy, my darling? Are things slowly settling a bit now for you? I know you've had a bit of a journey. CJ, hello, my darling. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see everyone this morning. It's great. I'm well, thanks. Just a bit of vertigo, but have tablets for it. So you just taken two. Oh, okay, my love. Oh, yeah. Vertigo. My mum had that a lot as well. Awful, awful when it happens. Yeah. Let's hope the tablets take effect soon. Weather is the same here. Yeah, it's now gone cloudy. The sun has gone. Looks like it might rain. We're going to have intermittent rain all day, I think. Usually work quickly, but make me sleepy. Oh no. Well, it's Sunday. Allow yourself some time to rest. Allow yourself some time to rest. Yeah. Okay. Cheese and tomato baguette and fresh ground coffee. Ooh. That sounds yum, 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 yum. That sounds like a brunch, that does. Ah. Oh, cinnamon swirl sounds awesome. Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Okay. So, if I have time today, I will be taking questions later on. But what we're going to be doing initially as a startup is we're going to be looking at how the retrograde is going to affect us. Okay, so let me just briefly talk about that. My sister-in-law has come to terms with the fact that she will be transitioning soon. Bless her, my love. I have managed to see her once a week and ring her once a week last week as I hugged on leaving and felt a tear fall on my cheek from her. I managed to control the emotion I felt. Bless. That really must be the most difficult thing in the world to have to come to terms with all the things that we have to come to terms with for other people, but within ourselves, to have to come to terms that we are dealing with something terminal and not eventually, but actually imminently, sometime soon, we are leaving, we are departing, we're boarding a train to leave and not return in this current consciousness. And I really can't imagine what that must be like. Because even for me, when I had cancer, it's getting me a bit emotional as well. When I had cancer, it didn't cross my mind. I was nearly terminal. I was on the verge of terminal. I was stage 3, and they said, given it a few more weeks, and you probably would have been terminal. They couldn't have done anything about it. And I was lucky that I responded very well to the medication, but it never crossed my mind once that I could be departing at that time. So probably, intuition was telling me that no, I'm not departing, right? So it's not something that I had thought about before because of the situation I was in or contemplated about it, never. So I really can't imagine what that must be like to have to come to terms with that you are departing. It's time for you to go. Ready or not. Ready or not, it's time to leave. It's time you're boarding the next flight at gate number 13. You're boarding your flight at gate number 13. Your flight is up, But bless you, Wendy. Sending you lots of love, and your sister-in-law lots of love as well. And may you be there for your brother as well, and everyone who needs love. May they be blessed today. Hubby not well, back to see hospital for follow-up tomorrow. Yeah, I know he's not doing great. I was just wondering if what they'd given him previously when you first came back from Glastonbury, whether he kind of settled down a bit after the initial shock of everything. She had an episode the day before I visited and she thought she was slipping away. The pain is not under complete control now and will get shorter period in between her head pains. Bless her. But the response team are fantastic there within 15 minutes of call as she is at end of life care. Okay, where is she at home, my love, Wendy? Is she at home or is she at a hospice or something? Or I used to be, I used to visit a client who was end of care in hospice, and he wanted to have foot massage once a week because it helped him to feel, refreshed and kind of better in some sort of way, whatever that could mean for him. He just felt like he felt a bit better by having his feet massaged. And I used the peppermint oils and things like that. So, rose water. So it kind of felt really refreshed and vibrant feet, So, because he was bedridden and it was sad to see him slip away. And sad to see him, get thinner and weaker. And that was cancer that he had, So, yeah. I've seen people in that situation, Oh my Kuda Govinda, you're very strong because angels are with you. A lot of blessings. Bless you, my love. When I am there, we have some laughs, talk about serious things too. Yeah, you have to have a bit of everything, right? You have to talk about the serious stuff. Her wishes for the goodbyes and what she wants to happen when she has departed. That is important, and that will give her comfort and peace of mind that you will all be carrying out her final wishes, which is wonderful to be a part of. But also, then you want to balance it up with having a giggle and not being too morbid, where the last moments of her life are just sadness. We want there to be a celebration as well of her life and her achievements, successes, and love, and the fact that love carries on. So she will carry on. This is not a death. This is a departure. This is an onward journey. She is boarding a flight to her next destination, her continuing journey. Her journey continues. He was not stopping to go on a drip. They have doubled his water tablets. Yeah. The fluid is going down a bit, but not as fast as it would. Yeah. I mean, the drips are great, aren't they? That's what he needs. But he didn't want to stay in the drip, but that's going to be the best thing, isn't it? Get him on the drip, really reduce down the water. Okay, she's at home. Okay. She wanted to come home. I can imagine that, yeah. You just want to be around your comforts and your favourite things, and you don't want to. Although hospices are great, it's not home, is it? Really, when you've got people at home, you just want to be there around them daily because people can't live in hospices 24/7 for very long, So, my daughter did volunteer work at our local hospice for 10 years. Wow, it has helped her understand life and death. Exactly, that is good. Yeah, I think we could all benefit from volunteering or doing some work at a hospice to really understand that part of our journey because we all go through it, right? We all have that departure. We're no one, that's the one leveling up, We are all born and we all enter this world and we all depart this world. So that is the one thing that levels us up, that is the same regardless of who we are in this world. So it will help a lot of people understand things, I'm sure, you know. Yes, my sister-in-law is so thin now. Bless. She has sorted all the details out. It's just down to family to carry out. That's it. I even got my brother laughing, and that's not easy. Oh, bless you. I'm glad, because laughter is a bit of light relief, isn't it? I told them about me taking a photo of Chalice Wells, and my Wells guide leaflet flew from my hand and went straight through the grid, floating in the somewhat sacred water. Oh, Sachendra, hello, my darling. Lovely to see you. It can only happen to me. Luckily, those sat around laughed, and one said, "Look at it as though you've given it an offering." Yeah, you've given your offering to the West. Oh, bless you, my love. Bless you. And you know what? I haven't even thought of a deck that I want to use for today. Oh, this is terrible. I'm wanting to do a tarot reading for the Venus retrograde. So we're talking about love, and I don't have a tarot deck in mind that I want to use. Answers on a postcard, please. Well, in the chat, if you want any suggestions on any of the tarot decks that you think I could use that I have in my library for a Venus retrograde. So let me tell you a bit about the Venus retrograde. So when Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and when she goes into retrograde, what happens is that she highlights and reveals the weak parts in our relationships. So the chinks in our relationship. It's a bit like, it's not as aggressive as the tower, but it's kind of like opening up. Oh, look, this is a weak area. This is a soft spot. This is a bit that could potentially have some issues. And we might find, old issues reappearing, from the past. They might be raising their head again. Even those sort of issues within our relationship that we thought were resolved are coming up as well. And there's more chances of having misunderstandings within our relationships. And when I talk about relationships, it doesn't just mean romantic relationships or marriages. It can also mean friendships, family memberships, family relationships, with mothers, siblings, extended family. And also, don't forget ourselves in the mix. We have a love affair. We have a relationship with ourselves. And we could often have misunderstandings with ourselves or old issues within ourselves, self-love and self-care, that can really chuck things up today. Well, not just today, but for the next 40 days. Because when Venus goes into retrograde, it lasts for 40 days. So pretty much the best part of August, we're going to be retrograding in Venus, okay? And also, it only happens every 18 months. So once this is done, we're not going to have this come round again until 2025, just after New Year, I think, of 2025. So it looks like Valentine's Day of 2025 might be a bit scuppered by the Venus retrograde. So a little heads up about that, but let's not worry about that now. We're focusing on this one. But yeah, Valentine's Day in February, the 14th on, I haven't checked the dates, but I'm sensing that that's going to be affected by the Venus retrograde. So get your Valentine's Day stuff done next year properly, because 2025 might not be a good one. And also, Venus retrograding can really potentially push us into making spontaneous decisions when it comes to our appearance, our physique, the way we look, that we might regret later. So this is probably a time when people who have maybe been considering improving their looks through plastic surgery, I'm not saying anyone here is doing that, but just in general, right, then they might be making that decision to do it now and then later on regret it. So be aware of any decisions that we are making about our appearance, or changing our appearance, or maybe it's our hairstyle or changing our hair color. If it feels a bit spontaneous, really look into if that has any sort of grounding, because we don't want to make a decision that we could potentially be regretting later when we get into September. We're like, oh, why did I do that? Why? You look at your photos from your holiday snaps. Why did I put that hair color? I mean, a hair color or a hairstyle, it grows out. You can fix it quite easily. If we're thinking something more permanent like plastic surgery, or if we're looking at something like getting your lips done or whatever, be aware of more permanent, and even tattoos are more permanent fixings that can be so complicated or impossible to reverse. So make sure that when you're making these spontaneous decisions, like when you're on holiday, oh, I'll get a tattoo because it looks great. It's all about, Venus is about love, self-love, but also about the appearance and beauty. And we might be tempted to do something, or get our ears pierced, or get our nose pierced, or I don't know, do something to our body for our appearance to make ourselves look more attractive, or give us the illusion that we are more beautiful. And any spontaneous decisions on that at the moment during a Venus retrograde can really potentially be something that we may regret further down the line. So not necessarily the case, but it may be, right? Anyone wanting to propose on Valentine's Day, do it next year. Yeah, exactly. Don't do it 2025. Do it 2024, because 2025 you're probably going to get a no. Well, I will leave having my hair restyled. Yeah, just in case you regret it. Yes, you probably might regret it, And Venus in retrograde also gives us an opportunity to reevaluate our relationships. So it's one of those that we are assessing our relationships. We're looking at our relationship and going, is it working? Is it not? Bit of the Four of Cups sort of vibe, kind of maybe we're feeling a bit bored of our relationship, a bit mundane. Is it a time to look at our relationship and not necessarily to break? This could be, we could be seeing some relationship breakups, marriage breaks up during this time. It's the energy is there. If something needs to break, this is the opportunity to have that come in. But just to reevaluate, reevaluate doesn't mean stay or go. It could just mean, okay, how can we do better? How can we improve our relationship in our marriage? Or how can we improve the relationship with my mother? Or how can we improve relationships with my neighbor, whoever, or my clients, whoever that is that we're talking about? It's an opportunity to reevaluate them. And it doesn't mean we have to cut the cord or stay. It just means that we want to look at our involvement in that relationship, and what we bring to the table, what they're bringing to the table, and have a look at whether things can be improved, or do they need to be improved? Are they running okay? Is there something that we're missing or that they're missing? The needs are our needs being met in our friendships or relationships? All those kind of things, really. And it's an opportunity then to work through any problem that we might have. And if those problems can't be worked through, then maybe we do need to split and go. But if not, then okay, identify the problems that we have that may have been niggling, that we may not have been voicing. We may have been keeping quiet because, no one wants to be a moaning Minnie. But maybe it's an opportunity this month to really focus on our self-love and care and the relationships we have with others, and how we can work through any of those problems that may come up. And, talking about evaluating, it's a good opportunity to focus on what we value in our life. what and who do we value in our life? Maybe it's a good time to edit your friend list. People who haven't contacted you for ages, those that don't make an effort, you know who they are. Do I need to have them on my list? Do I need to be reminded of their lack of friendship? Do I just need to delete their name and forget about them? Because if I don't contact, they won't. That kind of thing. But it's really, focus on what you value in life, what is more important to you, and who is more important to you in your life. And that includes deepening. That includes deepening our feelings of self-worth, and that is a biggie, isn't it? So this is a month to really develop and deepen our feelings of self-worth on helping us to feel, because we are the first ones to say, I am not worthy. I'm not worthy to be here on this planet. I'm not worthy to be in love with this person. I'm not worthy of this person's love. I'm not worthy for that job. We poo poo on ourselves. We shit on ourselves so much, right? Um, this is a time to really connect with our feelings of self worth and jig them about a bit and make them more positive if they're negative. So it's an interesting time in the astrology. Just bear with me. I'm just looking for my spreads. Bear with me. So the main focus on today will be love and self-love today. So if you would like a reading today, we'll be focusing on love, relationships, and self-love, and how to refocus ourselves during the retrograde. So any ideas as to what tarot deck I could be using for today? I really haven't considered it. That is so terrible of me. Let me see. What have I got? You know what? The land of stories is coming through. Because yeah, some bad stuff happens. It's all about relationships. Yeah, the land of stories tarot is coming through as yeah, this is feeling right, this one. The Land of Stories tarot is the one we're going to be using. That just literally popped up because yeah, it has lovely energy vibes. It feels gentle enough for Venus. It has lovely colors in it. Yeah. This is the deck. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. We have it. We have it. Good choice. Absolutely, Wendy. So let's bring in the tarot table as we take a look. And I've got orange cloth and orange to mark Venus energy. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more. You know what I'm looking for. Does anyone remember Gina G in the Eurovision of 1996, I think? Or 97? Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more. Okay, so let's welcome in the Spirit and the Divine with our opening prayers for this session. And let's have a look. So I invite my guides and guardians, angels and ancestors to join me in the reading today. May I see, hear, feel and know the words of Spirit and convey them in such a way to enlighten, inspire and heal. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen. And thank you, Universe and God, for helping me clearly share insights of everyone here at the Tarot Camp today in a way that will support their greatest good and for the highest good of all. We are all deserving. And so it is. Om Shanti Om. Praise be us all. I also invite Nanny Kathleen and Great Grandpa Daniel to join me in the reading today. May you come through the veil from the other side into my personal spiritual space and grant me your gift of wisdom and knowledge. Bless you. Hello. Hi. Thank you for being here as always. Amen, my darlings. It's lovely to have Nanny Kathleen and Great Grandpa Daniel join us today. Oh yes, Amber remembers the song. Gina G, remember the song. Ooh, just a little bit. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. What have we got? So we're here I'm going to start with a general reading for Venus in retrograde. So remember, with all general readings, we do need to remind ourselves to be to exercise our freedom of choice, free will, and own discernment. So that means that if any messages do not resonate with you, that's okay. Let them pass you by. If any message gets your ears perking up, or you pay attention to something, grab hold of it, because that is meant for you. That is the nature of general messages. If you would like a personal reading today on love regarding your retrograde energy, what's happening in retrograde for you at the moment in your love and relationships, then we can do a reading by donating £5 to my PayPal. The link is in the description box below, I'm sure, but you can donate £5 to my PayPal and you will get a retrograde reading personal to you. Tiara Wilson, you can do, £5 for a question on my PayPal, and you will be done after I've done the general reading, my love Tiara, okay? Gina G, absolutely. Hello, Jackie, how are you doing? Thank you, Tiara, lovely to see you, my love. Tiara Wilson, blessings to you. Yeah, if you go on my website, you can also donate because it's a tarot reading. It's a 3-card reading, so you'll get that as well. So let me just have a look then. So we're going to, bear with me. So let's have a look at So looking at the retrograde, so we're going to look at our situation regarding relationships at the moment, any action that we need to take. Thank you for the donation, Tiara. Any action that we need to take and the outcome about that situation, okay? And we're also going to look at our strengths and weaknesses in our relationships and any advice for the retrograde. So let's start off with what is our current situation in relationships. And when I say relationships, it can be friendships, it can be family relationships, it can be love interests. Don't restrict it to just love affairs or romance. And remember, a relationship with ourselves is also completely valid as well. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare all the graphics for today because I hijacked another profile on my streaming software because I realized I hadn't prepared the screens for so I hijacked the morning session, so I'm having to change the colors as we go. So let's have a look. So what is our current situation in relationships as we enter Venus retrograde? What is our current situation in relationships as we enter Venus retrograde? Ooh, one flew out of the cuckoo's nest, so we're taking it. And we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, okay. So our current situation with relationships. Now I'm talking generally here, so remember, this may not always apply to all of you. But we may be feeling a bit like we just need our own space. And Venus in retrograde does talk about going inward into ourselves regarding self-love through the filter of love and self-love. So maybe we're not necessarily checking, this can be checking out of a relationship. This could be saying, to a friend or a family member or a loved one, I can't do this relationship anymore. It's not working for me. Things are stacked up against us. I need to go. But it could also mean as well, you know what, let's just take a break. Let's just take a moment of separation. Excuse me. And it doesn't even have to mean separation. It just means, you know what, just give me some space. I just need a bit of private space. I just need a room to be in where I can just do my thing and not think or worry about anyone else. And that is important too. And this is something that we probably realize during the pandemic, when we have been with our loved ones for long periods of time than we ever have been. We probably felt the need to have our own private space at times. And it's okay to kind of retreat into somewhere private for ourselves and give ourselves some self-love and care. And we do that here at the Tower Camp. Myself and Cookielicious, we both work from home. We work in separate rooms. He's in the living room and I'm in this room, the guest room, which is where I have my tarot stuff set up. And we convene together for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And whenever I go through to the kitchen to get drinks or things, then we see each other and have moments of chat. And he'll pop in because the toilet is next to me. So when he goes to the loo, he'll pop in to see how things are going. But so during the day, we have our private time and space. So we don't interfere too much with that, give ourselves space. And then at meal times and in the evening, we will come together. That's why for me, evenings are sacred, because I know it's like YouTube is busiest at 7 p.m., but I won't come on at 7 p.m. because that is sacred to me, because that is our family time where me and Cookielicious spend that time together in the evening, watching a series or a film, spending that time together. So while it's important to be together, even in a relationship, this doesn't necessarily mean the relationship isn't working. It just means, you know what, emotionally, for my own emotional sanity, I just need to take some private time. And maybe that's a regular thing, not just for the Venus retrograde, but moving forward, we can allow ourselves, because we tend to buy into that idea that relationships mean, especially romantic relationships, mean we need to be joined at the hip. Well, we don't really have to be joined at the hip. We don't have to be with people all together all the time. And if we feel that need to be with someone all the time, maybe we have issues around trust. Maybe we have issues around our own feelings of self-worth and the fact that we feel not worthy. And so we fear that if we let our loved one go somewhere on their own, we're going to lose this relationship. So the reasons why we may not want to retreat or let someone have some of their private space and time could be a lot of insecurities on our part, not allowing that to happen, right? So the situation at the moment in our relationships, wherever they may be, is a time that we may be checking out of that relationship. We may be just needing some space and time to be with ourselves. It is an evaluation sort of card. Kind of like, right now, things aren't working. Let's just take a break from things. But either way, it just feels like we need to discover something else, and it could be personal within ourselves at the moment. This first card totally resonates with me at this time. Yeah, I do need some personal space, okay, for my own sanity. There we go, and it's nothing bad. It's not saying you're leaving the relationship. It's not saying you're checking out. It's just I need some space, Absolutely. And so what action do we need to take as we are during this Venus retrograde? What action in our relationships do we need to take in this Venus retrograde? What action do we need to take in this Venus retrograde? And we get the Page of Cups. So the action that we're taking in this retrograde is one of wanting to discover more things regarding our emotional self. There's new discoveries to be had within ourselves. It feels like with the Eight of Cups, we need to go on a new journey. We need to take a new path for the minute. Doesn't mean that we're leaving anyone or anything necessarily. Could be that we are. But it's kind of like an opportunity to rediscover ourselves through the lens of love. And this is, the Page of Cups is about the self-care. It is about learning how to self-care. This is learning how to be more creative, in our relationships, how to be, like I said before, and this resonates with the Ace of Cups and the Fool card. And the Ace of Cups is one where we need to fill our cup first of love for ourselves before we can share it with others. So it's really giving us time, and the action to take is to give time to focus on loving ourselves at the moment, so that we can then overspill that. When this fishbowl gets overflown with love, we can then share that and come back and share that with our loved ones. So it's kind of like if we are retreating or we want to go on a retreat, it's to recharge and refill our energy, our love for ourselves, so we can share that with the relationships, the people in the relationships in our lives, So be very gentle with ourselves. The action is being very gentle this month. Remember, this is a 40-day thing. It's not just today. It's for 40 days. Be a bit more gentler with ourselves, with our emotions and our feelings. And in particular, we may be drawn and inspired by the moon because of water. So really focus on the moon cycles during this month. We've got a full moon coming up on the 1st of August, and I'll be doing a video on that as well. So the moon probably got a lot of insights for us at the moment as well, and just really, get to know your feelings, connect with yourself a bit more than you have done before, really. The opportunity is there to do that. And so if we do that, this is our current situation at the moment, and if we follow through with that, what is the outcome that's likely to happen if we take this action on ourselves? What is likely to happen? What is the outcome of the Venus retrograde period for us? What is the outcome for the Venus retrograde period for us? And we get the Queen of Pentacles. So we get everything that we need. We achieve everything that we want to achieve if we take time to ourselves and step out of things for a while, give us some space and give others some space, we actually achieve everything. We get back, our relationships get back into that comfort zone. We feel very confident and comfortable, very secure. We feel more, like I was saying, that this could be about insecurities. The Page of Cups is definitely an insecure energy. It's like a young love. When we first fall in love, remember how insecure we felt as a teenager. Oh, does he or she love me? Do they really love me? Oh, they're getting off with someone else. All of that kind of energy. So it's important to help us. This focusing on ourselves and the love that we have, and filling our own love for ourselves and sharing that with others. We gain the gains of doing that this month in the Venus retrograde is so beneficial that everyone, because look, the whole community, everyone can benefit. So our relationships with other people will benefit from us taking some time out, taking some quiet time. Doesn't have to be completely, just moments during the day. I need some quiet time for me. I need some private time for me. Not that you need to get up to anything naughty, just I need some quiet and private time for me to read my book or watch my series or sit in meditation or just give me some self-care and love, and to really get to grips and understand how I feel about myself, and to be able to love myself more, so then I can then love everyone. And you do get that, because then at the end, what the outcome is of doing that during this Venus retrograde means that everyone around us, we become so much more secure and confident and comfortable within ourselves that the benefits and rewards are showing, they're noticeable. So it's not just, oh, I feel different, but people will notice there's something different about you. And you're like, oh, yeah, I've done all of this month. So when we come out of Venus retrograde, people are going to notice that you've done something different. And the rewards that you've been wanting to have, the feeling of I've got everything sorted in my life, and caring for the community and people around you, the physical relationships that you have, will benefit from this self-care and taking some time out for yourself during the Venus retrograde. I'm actually able to give more when I have had some space. Exactly, because you fill up your cup. It's not about, whenever we give to others, it's not about giving our energy, because then we deplete ourselves. It's making sure we are overflowing with energy. So what we are passing on to others is the excess, is the love that we have for others that overfills in us. So we never deplete our own energy because we are giving out the excess. That is really what we're doing. Well, my previous message on chat, which I put in before the page of cups, makes sense. Does indeed, doesn't it? Does indeed, absolutely. And so that's regarding our love relationships, our love for ourselves, love for our friends or family, because love has many different forms. It doesn't have to be romantic love. What are the strengths of those relationships? What are the strengths of those relationships? What are the strengths of our relationships during the Venus retrograde? What are the strengths in our relationships during a Venus retrograde? And we get the Chariot. I love this. So what we're seeing here as the strength of our relationship is that things are staying on track. So I love this. Look how this is all synchronizing up. Isn't this gorgeous? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more on this so you can see the cards a bit better. Probably not that much. But what we're seeing here is us taking time out for ourselves, wanting to have a bit more space, wanting to deal with our own self and self-love and care, is not affecting the relationship, because the relationship, the strength of our relationship with others, be it friends, family, lovers, etc., is strong enough to survive. Things stay on track. So it's not a case, I don't see it a case for many of us that we're having to leave a relationship. It's just getting things so that they get back on track again, or get into a place where we are better for ourselves and therefore for everyone else, but also maintaining the relationship, because things with our relationships with others, the strength is that the relationships are so strong, they stay on track. They are still, you relate, although during a Venus retrograde, we are still moving forward towards our goals. We're still walking the same path. So I don't see that relationships that are well established already are going to be affected by this Venus retrograde if we're doing our self-care. Don't worry that I can't spend time on my own or do my self-care because it feels like I'm neglecting the relationship, and the fear and worry of losing a marriage or losing a lover or losing a friend or family member is not the case. The relationship is strong enough and you are still moving forward towards your goals and intentions. So have that confidence to know that that is okay to take some time out because the relationship is still strong and there. Tiara, like I said earlier, my darling, I'm doing a general reading, and then I will do anyone who has donated. You have donated, so and if you've posted your question, I will be able to answer your question even though you're not here. So when you come back later on, you can catch up and watch your question back. Okay, so guaranteed that I will do your question before I finish today, whether you are here or not. Okay, so bear that in mind. If you've typed your question and I can answer it, then I'll do that for you because that's the day to do it. I need to finish this general reading first, my love, okay? This is a special video because I'm doing the Venus retrograde, so this is a specific type of reading. At 2 p.m. in the afternoon, my standard readings, questions and answers, where I answer any question, that is when definitely the donated readings take priority, okay? So let's have a look at our weaknesses. We look at strengths. We need to be aware of what are our relationship weaknesses during this Venus retrograde. What is our relationship weaknesses during the Venus retrograde? What is our relationship weaknesses during this Venus retrograde? Okay, let's have a look. we get the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Venus and love is showing up a lot. If you notice, we've got a lot of cup energy, and you can see that with the pink hue. That's why I love this deck as well, because the color coding, you can instantly see we've got a lot of cup energy here today, a lot of love and emotions in relationships, and the cups talk about relationships and connections with others. So this makes a lot of sense as well. So this is not the right time to start new relationships. This is not a time to speak out or to go and conquer or to woo, as we would say decades ago, probably, a new relationship. This is not a time to reveal your feelings or intentions towards someone in the realms of love. Okay? It's not going to land well this month. So this month, it's not about new relationships or finding a new person or looking to get involved with anyone new or revealing your feelings for someone. Okay? If we're already in a relationship, if we're already having had a connection with someone, then that is staying on track. Things are getting better on that. But if we're talking about a brand new connection, and that means finding someone on social media, on the apps and dating, don't be surprised if dating this 40 days doesn't go very harmoniously, especially when we are brand new people. If we're meeting up with people who we've known before, that's a different story. But brand new love interests coming our way through the apps or through dating or meeting up with people, yes, we can communicate with them, but really we're not in the zone of starting a relationship. We're in the zone of maybe retreating from relationships. So if we are single and we're looking for love, take this Venus retrograde to really focus on self-love of yourself, to get to know more about who you are and what beautiful gifts you have to offer a potential love interest. And then once this retrograde has gone, we can start putting out the feelers and start getting involved in dating again, you know. So maybe it's a time to take a break from dating if we're single, and just really focus on ourselves and what we think of ourselves and how we love ourselves, because that will then in turn feed that out to potential love interests when we're ready to do that, you know. Let's look to any advice that we can have during this Venus retrograde. Okay, so any advice we can have for the Venus retrograde. So you've looked at the outcome, but what advice can we have for the Venus retrograde? So any advice for our relationships in the Venus retrograde? I liked also, thank you, Chiara, bless you, my darling. What advice can we have for the Venus retrograde? The King of Pentacles. Look at that. We get the King and Queen of Pentacles as our outcome and our advice. So the King of Pentacles is be grounded, be secure, self-assurance and self-security in the love that we give ourselves, we gain, and the advice is feel very self-assured and secure in the relationship. So there's a lot of energy that those of us that are in relationships, in a love relationship, we can feel very secure in our relationship. It's not going anywhere. A slight retreat or a slight inward give more love to ourselves and others during this month is not going to affect the relationship. Our partners are still there with us, still committed, still sitting around here, not going anywhere. Things are still on track. Okay. If you're looking for new love, spending the time to look for that love after the Venus retrograde, because we're focusing more on ourselves and caring and loving for ourselves. We have more gifts to share with others when we're ready to. And we feel more confident, more at ease with ourselves, more comfortable with ourselves. And even in general, for all of us, we can feel more comfortable within the relationship because we are more comfortable within ourselves. We have learned more about ourselves through the Page of Cups, where we can then be more comfortable within our relationships and feel, you know, if we are a kind of insecure person, even when we had a relationship for 10 years, we can be like, I still feel very insecure. Time to start feeling secure. Time to recognize that we've got everything that we want in this relationship. And this Venus retrograde is helping us realize that, so that we can actually feel very confident that this relationship and marriage is not going anywhere. Especially in a world that's a very throwaway world where, you know, divorce is the norm, and you know, there's always that worry perhaps hanging over many of us that, oh, if I say something wrong or if something happens, could this relationship go to pot? You know, so it's having that security within yourself and within the relationship. Whatever you have in yourself, you will feed into the relationship. So having that confidence and security within you about yourself and your love for yourself will also feed that into the relationship to make it more secure and stable as well. Okay. And yeah, just know that the love and the relationships that we have during a Venus retrograde, it looks like they're very stable. They're not going anywhere. We're not getting the tower, thank Lord. We're not getting any complications. It just feels a very gentle, our current relationships, whatever they are, friendships, lovers, marriages, family relationships, neighbors, community relationships, whatever they are, they're still on track. They're still around. Don't break out into new relationships at the moment, and know that our self-assurance and self-confidence through the love we give ourselves and the time we take away to figure out how we feel about ourselves and give ourselves some self-love feeds into those relationships and makes those relationships even more stable and secure. very high functioning. So the result of this Venus retrograde and doing all the self-care love work that we can do and getting ourselves into a place of recognizing the abundance and everything that we have everything that we need, is actually bringing a high level of functioning in the relationship moving forward. So this feels like rather than a reset. It is a bit of a reset, but it's a re-energizing. It's an energizing of the relationship, firstly within ourselves and also around and with others. So this just feels amazing, gentle Venus energy, which is embodied by the Empress, which feels very gentle, very unconditional, because relationships aren't really going anywhere. Just we have a lot of rewards to gain by doing this kind of practice during the Venus retrograde. Om Shanti Om, my darlings. Love you lots. How was this Venus retrograde reading for you? Let me know. I hope it has given you some value and insights into what Venus retrograde could mean for you at this time and your relationships. Let me know your comments in the live if you're watching this. Let me know in the comment section if you're watching this on catch up, whether these cards resonated for you or your situation, or whether your reactions to these cards for the Venus retrograde. I love this reading, by the way. This has really given some great insights in today. Thank you for this lovely general reading for Venus retrograde. Page of Cups, and under that Knight of Cups in the end with Queen and King of Pentacles. Yeah. And first two cards focus on movement. They do, don't they? Two cards focus on movement, getting things on track, getting things back on track if they're not on track. Stabilizing ourselves, not the weakness. What we need to avoid during this time is not branching out into new relationships. The solution, and this also tells us the solution is not the solution to our current situation in a relationship. If it's not going well and we're thinking about checking out of a relationship, the solution is not finding a new lover. Why? Because if we find a new love interest, we will have the same problems because we haven't fixed ourselves. We haven't resolved love issues within ourselves first. So resolve those love issues within ourselves. Take some time away if needed, and you will realize that you already have everything you need in your current relationship with the person you're with, and you would want to get things back on track again. And in a way, you can feel that you've had a new relationship. You've got a new relationship with someone. It can feel very new again because you've taken that time to realize. Because otherwise, if you go, relationship hopping and you hop onto another relationship, you're going to be taking the same issues because we need to deal with those issues within ourselves as well. Okay? That's another layer to this reading as well. I don't know anything about Venus retrograde, but must Google. I explained a lot of it at the beginning of this video, my love, and in the description box below, you got the information about what Venus retrograde is meaning. So I think you got everything you need to know about Venus retrograde here on this video, my love, on the description box below. And if you watch the beginning of this video, you will find that you're given. I tell you everything that we really need to know about the Venus retrograde, my love. So that should really help. So say Page of Cups, and under that Knight of Cups. That's all right. Have to go as I'm going out soon. Want to be back for the next one. Bless you, my love. Thank you for being here. Love and light to you. Bless you all. Thank you for being here, my love. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Absolutely. Mod love. I missed the start. Must check that later. So yeah, because Google can throw up all sorts of stuff, and that's why when I do these videos, like the retrograde. This is a new series, by the way, so I will be doing, whenever a planet is going into retrograde, I'll be doing a reading on it. So here at the Tarot Camp, it's a reliable source to come here and learn about the retrogrades for the different planets, because I'm going to give you that information. There's no need to go to Google. You've got it all here at your, your spiritual hub, our soul hub, the Tarot Camp with our spiritual community. It is interesting, Jackie. Bless you. Hello, Danny, my love. Hello, how are you doing? What's going on? My pain tolerance is horrible. I just got up and came. Brother, what do you mean? What happened? What pain tolerance? Have you hurt yourself, my darling? Hope you're all right. Okay. So, oh, Danny boy, the pipes are playing from glen to glen. I think that's the song for Danny Boy, isn't it? Don't know it that much. So let's have a look. Tiara, let's go to your question, my love. If you're still here, yay. If not, then you can watch this back. Let me find your question. Let me find your question. Okay, here's your question. So, has Roberto had or been having sex with Sue, his friend from work? Okay, so I take it that Roberto is a love interest for you in some way, because we do need to be involved with that person in order to get a reading. So let's have a look. So I'm with Tiara, and she would like to know whether Roberto has either had or has been having sex with his friend Sue from work. So, has Roberto I'm still here, Tiara. Good, yay. So, has Roberto had or been having sex with his friend Sue from work? So, has Roberto had or still having a sexual relationship with his friend from work, Sue? Tiara would like to know whether Roberto has been having or is still having sexual relationship with his friend Sue from work. Okay, that one wants to come out. These are gorgeous cards, aren't they? These are gorgeous cards. Let me zoom in on this one because this is a 3-card spread. Oh, I'm not zooming in on the right camera. I wondered why things weren't zooming in. I'm zooming in on the wrong one. So, yeah. That's a yes, my love. That is a yes. He's looking for something new. He's looking for a new relationship. He's looking for something exciting, something different in his life, a change. He's looking for a change in his relationship because currently he's been evaluating the relationship. He's not been feeling very happy in the relationship at the minute between you and him. And there's the sense he's got that idea that the grass is greener on the other side. So as I was just saying, now is not the time to resolve a relationship by going and finding someone else. And he thinks that the grass is green on the other side, that he's going to be better off elsewhere. And maybe that's true, who knows? Because really what he's interested in is sex. So he's not finding emotional connections. He's not even finding love. He's not even looking for love. He's feeling a bit dissatisfied with the current relationship. So with his friend from work, Sue, he gets what he needs, which is the Ace of Wands, which is sex. He gets his end away. Yeah, it's literally, that's all there is. All there is with that relationship is just a sexual relationship. There's no love there. So in him trying to resolve the emotional issues in the current relationship, he's having sexual relationships. So yeah, he's trying to have like a fresh new start or bring about something new in his life, someone new in his life, because things aren't really happy with him right now. And he thinks sex is going to do it. So the answer to that is yes, he is still having sexual relations with his friend from work, Sue. Hope that helps you, my love. Hope that gives you some guidance. Om Shanti Om, praise be you. So really assess your current relationship with him and whether he makes you happy and whether you want him, because the idea of newness doesn't just happen for him. You could also be looking for something new and going, you know what, I need to really figure out my love interest, because he's all just about the sex, and if he's not getting sex, then he will go and find it elsewhere. So be aware of that, my love. Hope that resonates with you. Om Shanti Om. Praise be you. Thank you for donating. Thank you for asking your question today. Hope that has helped you. Purple star, purple star, purple star. Purple star, oh, you're a purple star. Good morning, love, light, vitality, blessing, Govinda darlings. Govinda's darlings. Hello. Thank you. I love that. You are all my Govinda darlings. You are. I'm going to get a t-shirt which says Govinda's darlings. I'm going to do that. I'm literally going to do that. Purple star. Have you become a member of the Tarot Camp? Check it out. I've made some adjustments and changes to the memberships, which means that they look brand spanking new and you get a lot more for your money now. So from $2.99 a month, this is to anyone, $2.99 a month upwards, you can become a Tarot Camp member. And at the lowest level, which is the star, at entry level, which is the Star Temple, you can become a faithful of the Star Temple here at the Tarot Camp. And what that means is you get a whole bucket load of benefits and rewards for doing that. And then when you want to specialize into something more specific, like the moon readings or love readings or something a bit more specific, you can then become a faithful and branch yourself out into other temples if you wish to. But the Star Temple is designed as the entry level to give you everything you need to get started in your spiritual journey here at the Tarot Camp. And just seeing your name, Purple Star, just resonates with the Star Temple. It's like, we need Purple Star at the Star Temple, my love. We need Purple Star at the Star Temple. I feel she may have something for him, even though we're here at her and her husband's house chilling for the first time yesterday. Yeah. That there's something going on sexually between them. Yeah. Not hurt myself. No, I was only able to sleep like an hour or two. Oh my Lord, Danny, please get some rest today. So he's not happy with me. Emotionally, there's something not feeling right. Yeah. He says he loves me. We just moved in. Yeah, I mean, he does love. There is love. With the Four of Cups, he's not completely out of love with you. The love is there. It's just he's having that moment of doubt, perhaps that moment of, is this really my thing? Is this really fulfilling me? And with the Four of Cups, rather than looking within himself like we should be doing in the retrograde, or looking in the relationship to going, I've probably got what I need right here. I just maybe need to adjust it. He is looking elsewhere for fulfillment. And because he is already in love with you, he's not wanting to find love. He's wanting to find sexual gratification. So I sense that it's probably the sexual energy between you that's not fulfilling him, my love. That's probably what's going on here, and that's something to maybe address with him about the sex side of things, because he's not looking for love elsewhere. He's just looking for sex, which, you know, it's not great when you're in a committed relationship, right? And you just moved in with someone. Look at this example. Chanel, the perfume number 5. Why is the famous Chanel perfume number 5? Because it's the number of the formula. So what happened was they were working through their formulas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got to number 5. They still didn't know, so they kept going. I think they made about 12 or 15 different formulas for perfume. And so they were going through the Four of Cup energy, assessing what they had in the perfume formulas, going, there's probably a better one. Let's do another one. Let's do, complicating things. And really, they went back to the number 5 because at the end of it, they realized that number 5 was the magic one that they wanted to keep as the formula. And so this is a reminder of the Four of Cups, that you can still be, you've got what you wanted. He wanted to have you as a relationship and move in together. You got what you wanted, but you're still not happy. So he's still kind of looking or wanting to double check that there isn't a better option out there for him. And really, if you look at what you currently have, you will find the solution is right there within your current relationship, not elsewhere. So the Four of Cups says that the grass looks green on the other side, but it isn't, because your current love situation and relationship is going to provide. You've already got what you need, like the Chanel. They already had. By the time they got to number 5, they already had the winning formula, but they kept going because they wanted to make sure. And they went back to number 5 because that was the one that they knew would work. So I sense that, he wants to stay with you. He's evaluating the relationship, but he doesn't want to stay because he does love you. But this thing with his friend from work is just a sex thing. It's just a sex interest. Just a sex interest. Well, that's it. Yeah. Cheating on her husband. She's doing the same thing. Yeah, exactly. I got some cream from the city that is supposed to treat it. Treat what? Danny? What cream are you treating? What's happened? Have I missed? What have I missed, Danny? What cream have you got to treat what? What are you treating, Danny? Or are you just being really cheeky? I'm sorry if you're having to go through that, hun. Yeah. I'm not taking super chat at the moment, my love. No, I take PayPal donations, and I'll be back on this afternoon at 2 p.m. for more questions. This is a Venus retrograde session, so we are focusing on love and relationships at the moment. I will be taking more other questions at 2 p.m. today, but this is to focus on how we can help and benefit ourselves through the Venus retrograde. Yeah. I have tried, and okay, I'll see if it will let me this time. Yeah, please do, my love. You've got the join button below if you're on your desktop, or in the description box below, you've got the link if you're on your phone to join the Tarot Camp. Not forcing you don't have to. But, I remembered you were interested in becoming a member last time you were here, And the purple star was like, I have the star temple. Purple star for the star temple sounds just perfect. You sound perfect for the star temple, my love. I have big news. I'm moving to Indianapolis. Ooh, sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. It does indeed. I'm skeptical. Ooh, okay. Well, we can look at that. Things like that usually just slip my grasp. Well, maybe it's time to. Sounds too good to be true. Yeah, maybe it's time to have a reward, Yeah, I can ask about the reward. Yeah, exactly, Wendy. You can ask me about the doubts that you have. I may be cheeky, but do you really want me to say where that cream is applied? I don't know. How did you hurt yourself, Danny? Uh, yeah, we can work it out. I think we know how you've hurt yourself, but how did you manage to hurt yourself doing that? Don't answer. My soul brother, I truly am wanting to be part of the camp. Bless you, my love. No, it's all right. Don't worry if it's not working out for whatever reason. It's fine. I just remembered you haven't been in for a while, and I've made some adjustments and changes to the membership. So I just thought I'll let you know on the updates. And you can see those updates if you click on the community tab on my channel. I have been posting messages about the updates as well on there. Yes, I want to ask. I'm waiting for the Q&A. The Q&A prompt is not coming up in this session, my love. That's coming up at 2 o'clock. So the Q&A is at 2 p.m. This is a Venus retrograde special where I'm answering questions if people want to donate based on love and relationships at the minute. If you want to know more about Venus retrograde, you want to rewind this video, I explained all about the Venus retrograde, and I did a general reading for this energy. I will be back at 2 p.m. today in a couple of hours, and I'll be taking your general questions and answers, free questions and answers in the tarot. And Purple Star, another new benefit, another new reward for members is that you take priority in the Q&A. So if you are a Tarot Camp member, in the free questions Q&A section, you will get priority, and you guarantee to get your answer done in the Q&A. So becoming a Tarot Camp member has many more benefits. Yeah, okay, that is what I want. I thought, but wasn't sure. Try to get back later. Yeah, come back in a couple of hours, my love. I need to finish things there. I've been on for an hour and a half now, and it's time for me to go and have some lunch. So I'm going to bid you all a lovely lunchtime, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. And if you want to join me again at 2 p.m. for some general readings, then come by for that. I look forward to seeing you then, and I'm back on again tonight at 9:15 for some reflections, some tarot reflections on the day as we say goodnight, campers, to everyone. And I will look forward to seeing you whenever that may be. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you are doing. Brother Winner, I have already envisioned some of my questions, cheeky questions, like, will your problem clear up with your cream? Ask that question. Give us more details. Okay. Love and light to you all. Om Shanti Om, my darlings. Praise be us all. See you all next time. Bye-bye for now, my loves. Bye-bye.